everyone. This is the first UK campsite tour for 2020 and we are at Trewethett Farm site in Cornwall, near just outside St Agnes. It's a caravan and motorhome club site and in a stunning location, so that's why we've managed to get a few nights here. If I just turn round, you'll get an idea of the view, and I'll show you a bit more of that in a moment. The other thing to note is we're just on that time when they're swapping everything over, so most people have left who are going to leave today, and a lot of people are queuing up outside. As you can see, the system is to pull up, ring the number on the sign, and then the camp staff come and meet you and give you all the information that you will need. It's a fairly standard caravan and motorhome site. Probably recognise that sort of setup. There is an addition there now because apart from waste and recycling, there is PPE waste, which is a good addition given the current circumstances. I'm just walking down from reception now to one of the first levels of the site. See up there is one of the terraces, and then I'm just walking down onto another one here. This is where I think we had our pitch last time we came here, or something very close, but you can get a very good idea of how it's laid out, looking over that wonderful view there. If I walk back up now, you'll get a view from down here of the various levels. There they go up there, and you'll also see the main toilet block and showers up on the hill there. Let me just come on up through here. The staff on the site have been excellent, very obviously keeping things very clean. All the bin handles, taps, etc. are getting a spray with disinfectant on a regular basis. There's sanitizer gel at reception, and then outside all the blocks. They have the system here where you can now look for a pitch, and you take a piece of drain pipe and put it over the peg, which means that's the one you've decided on. Stop anybody else picking it up as they're driving round, and then you go back or ring reception now and tell them that's when you're going for, and then later in the day they come round and pick up all the pipes. But it has been noticeable how good the systems are with the club. Really thought about what they will do. Shop, nothing for sale. In fact, we need some gas, but they haven't got any at the moment. But I think they're starting to restock. This is the main toilet block, and they've got a one-way system. So you now come in from the left-hand side, come out the right. And the other thing you now get is an armband for your pitch, and then on the outside of the facilities blocks are hooks. You put your armband on there, and then when you finish, you take your armband off. So it means if there's armbands on all the hooks, it's full, and you'll have to wait in the queue till it's freed up. But it does mean it's very secure, because you know there's only you in the facilities. In fact, we're further up here, so I'm just walking up past the standing pitches here till we reach the field and the grass pitches, which is a mixture of non-electric tent pitches along the edge of the cliff, and then you move back to the electric pitches. Now you can get a better idea of the location and the glorious views you get. And just down there you might see people walking along. That's the southwest Coast Path, which goes all the way along the bottom of the site through into Tintagel. We went to the castle yesterday, had a lovely visit. That was on a time ticket basis, which you had to book in advance online. But they had a one-way system with their new bridge, which worked well, letting in around 900 people, and somebody said their normal daily visitor level would be 3,000. So it was very restricted, still reasonably busy, but with the systems it worked really well. Just noting on here is the second temporary showers and toilets, which they're just cleaning, and they're using the same armband system and services this top field. Of course, a lot of people have come with units that will have showers and toilets, so the actual usage is quite low. You can see what a glorious view you get around the corner there. This field is looking quite empty at the moment, but was much fuller earlier on, and probably will fill up again as we go through the afternoon. That's a lovely viewpoint from the field out. The other thing is it's very quiet, apart from a tendency towards windy. In fact, when we got here it was very windy, very wet, raining, and then we turned into mist. Today's been the first real day of full sun, but the wind's still a bit nippy, so it's not a summer sunshine. Might just see there's Higgy, all pitched up along that line. If I just come up along here, this is serviced with, you can see there's bins, recycling and general waste over there. If I walk down here, this is the edge of the site, so there's a nice hedge marking the edge. But we met a guy yesterday at Tintagel Castle. I used to come here in the 50s, and it actually was a farm then, Trewethett Farm, and you paid the farmer to stay in his field. I'll walk along here now just to top of this field, get a better idea of the view and the walk as you skirt the edge of the field. There's some really good pictures up here, but they are non-electric. But you do get some marvellous views, and the sunsets have been brilliant actually. We've had a couple of evenings where the cloud has lifted, weather's improved. Right, just come back to the top of the hill, which is the edge of the site, and this is one of the ways to get onto the path that skirt the campsite round to the left, or go up for the walk up on the right. We've got some video of that on one of the earlier days when the weather wasn't quite so glorious. We'll show you that on a separate video, but here's the wonderful view and the peace and quiet. Even the wind's starting to die down, I think. So I think with the way the club has sorted the site and the natural beauty of this site, it's well worth a visit. If you can get in, looking by that queue just earlier, it's going to be very popular as we get into the remainder of July and August. But any time of year, if you're happy with a bit of wind from the top of a cliff, I think you'll enjoy the site and benefit from all the lovely countryside around. Got Tintagel Castle one way, Boss Castle with a very lovely farm shop we found yesterday, and generally a great place to relax and walk the path. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Hi everyone, welcome to the second campsite tour for our post-lockdown Cornish trip. We're now at the Triamble Valley campsite. It's a caravan and motorhome club. It's a very well laid out site. I'll just take you through the main parts. So the campsite itself is in a disused quarry, been nicely laid out. It does mean that you're in a bit of a dip, so the 4G doesn't work, you get a bit of 3G, so you are reliant more on either the caravan and motorhome wireless or uploading and downloading when you're out of the site. If we come down to this first part here, you'll see that there are pitches all along the entrance road. I think the one on the left over there is a overnight pitch if you've arrived late arrivals, and you've got these ones like this one on the right here tucked away. I think they're actually a bit cheaper because you are on the main entrance and exit road, but it does mean that you do get quite a lot of privacy there tucked away in those couple there. So walking down further, as you can see, there is quite a hill all the way through. Coming down, so you can see the lovely show of flowers they've got in the middle there. They've got the same system that is now the COVID secure system that they're using, which is with wristbands. You get 2 wristbands, or 1 per person I guess, for each unit, and these are used to put on hooks outside the facilities blocks. I'll show you those as we go around, just to avoid the parcel force lorry. So we're coming through to where you would be checking in. So new arrivals on the left here. Over on the right is reception. It's been suitably adjusted and adapted. The till area has got a huge screen which covers the whole thing, and they've been very good with providing information on stuff that's around the site. And that bucket there is where you put your wristbands in at the end when you leave. Carry on further down. The shop here, like all of them I think at the moment, are not selling very much. You can buy the toilet fluids, but that's the only thing they're actually selling at the moment. And with all the latest situation, they do prefer if you ring reception rather than actually going in. So if we look around, as I said, because it's in this quarry, it seems to go down in steps. So there's a field there on the right, which looks pretty full. That site is pretty full already. The odd pitch now empty for people leaving today. So we come down further. I'll turn off to the right first, because this is where they have the tent area. So there's pitches just on the entrance to this here, but you'll see around here there's the normal waste services, so recycling, drinking water, wastewater, and general waste. I think that over there is a working telephone box, which must be a rarity these days. That's there. Just behind there is the emptying area for toilets. So this is the tents, etc. The laundry and information is open, but you can't take anything away. Right, just coming out of there, that's the main toilet block, which includes a dishwashing area at the back. You can see full scale cleaning on with PPE, which is very good. Come down a bit further and you'll just see outside to the right of the door are 4 hooks, which is where you put your wristband to show that you're in the facilities, and once you got to 4 you have to wait outside. The other thing to say is there's hand sanitizers at all locations, all doors to facilities, around by the dishwashing area. Coming further down, this is the lowest part of the site. It's also where the walks all start. There's a load of walks around here. We've done one of those, which will show another video, over to the sand dunes, and others go to other places, a place called Mount, a couple of others. I'll just show you the start of those. Down on the right you can see a pretty impressive children's play area, which I'll go past. On the left here is the route for the walk we took. It takes you around a couple of different walks, just straight from there through the site. You'll see the rest of the site here spreads out either side of the road. Quite a few there, going down to the bottom, and then this grassed area here. And if I come up here, just up in this gap in the hedge, this is where the other walks go. You go up, you'll see the building there, that's a farm building and a farmyard, which I think is only partially used. Most of those buildings now look to be holiday cottages, which is a nice place to settle in for a couple of weeks, I guess. So those are the other walks. I'll then come through or back through here, show you the remaining areas for pictures. That's where we are as well. You do get a mixture of the quite open sections, as I was just showing you, and then where we are is a bit more secluded. You've got trees and hedges surrounding the pitches, so you get a good mixture. So if you like a bit of shade, you can get that, or if you like the open and the sun, you get that as well. So we're now back up to that toilet block, so I'm going to go around the back of it. This is where baby and toddler washroom, dishwashing area. As I said before, everywhere has hand sanitizer on the outside. Coming up to this last part, which, as I said, is the more secluded pitches. Come through here. These are a mixture of hard standing and grass. So basically hard standing on the right, grass on the left. I'll come through here because there's a lovely pitch right at the top of the field here, which marks the boundary as well for the end of the site. There you go, you can park up in there. As I said, these are the more secluded pitches. So obviously not by the sea in Cornwall, sometimes feels a bit odd, but you've got a lot of lovely country walks. If you've got a dog, it's got a great dog walk. And it's well laid out, as always, friendly staff, and working the new systems, very well in terms of cleaning, etc. There we go, that's Triamble Valley campsite, just a little way out of Perranporth. So you've got lots of places to visit. We've done a few other trips which we'll show you on another video. Hope that was useful. Bye for now. Hi there everyone, welcome to the next tour of campsites on our Cornwall trip in 2020, our post-lockdown Cornwall adventure. We're now at, to show you there, the Camping and Caravan Club at Sennen Cove. So I'll just do you a short trip round and show you what this one's like. First thing to say, I guess, is that it's in post-lockdown mode, but works very well. We've got all the necessary systems sorted, and I'll show you that as we go round. We're also on top of a hill, which does mean it's a bit windy today, so hopefully the sound's okay. I'm using a microphone today. So just walking through, on the right is reception, which obviously isn't open all the time now. They greet you on arrival. There's somebody just arriving behind us. Come out to you and greet you and give you all necessary information. So that's reception. Dishwashing is still open through there, and I think the information area is also still open, obviously with only limited items in there. This is the facilities on the right here. This is the men's showers. You can see there they've got the sanitizer on the outside, are limiting the numbers in showers and toilets. It's a reasonably small site, relatively small, just on one big field, so I'm just going to take you around that. There is a separate little extra overflow there on the left. You see a couple of vans behind the wall. Otherwise, this is the main area, grass in the centre, and then hard standing around the edges. The playground there is not in use. You'll see there's one of the water points with sanitizer. So it's all been well thought through, following the regulations the club has put in place, and people are following that as well. So we'll come up round here. As I said, it is high up on the hill. You do get a sea view from certain locations. Sennen Cove is through some fields, down a lane, and you come to the beach at Gwynfa, and that links into Sennen, but you can get to a beach. We were down there today, enjoying the sunshine, watching all the surfers, because they're all out, and that's a nice walk to take to go there. So on the left here you'll see more green areas and a whole variety of different tents, and you'll probably just be able to see the sea over the hedge in front of us. certainly a good place to come and enjoy the sea views just up from Sennen Cove and just behind Gwynfor Beach. See you again soon. Hi everyone, welcome to another campsite tour in our post-lockdown Cornwall trip. We are now going back up from Sennen to St Agnes, and we are at the St Agnes Beacon Caravan and Motorhome Club. A bit of a first for us because this is a site with no toilet or shower facilities, so we're giving that a go. But I have to say, what it lacks in those sort of facilities, it more than makes up for in the views and the location. So I'll take you around. I'm expecting the sound to get pretty bad because once again we're on a windy hilltop as we're up on the cliffs. So we're coming in through the main entrance. The reception is to our left, the building there, which yet again with the coronavirus systems in place is all about keeping things sanitized, only one person at a time and behind a screen. That all works very well. You'll see here that's reception. Then it's on a number of layers. I'll take you around in a circuit. Might just see that Higgy's down the middle there. I'll show you that later. Let's go up to the left and take you around the main circuit. So it's basically a circle with lanes down the middle. Those are the grass pitches, and then hard standing elsewhere. You come in on a one-way system. It of course does have all the normal wastewater, drinking water, chemical waste point, waste bins and recycling. It just doesn't have the showers and loos. So we're coming up the hill. Behind us is the beacon. Then you can get to see each of the little areas where you can pitch up. St Agnes is a small village. It's quite a hustly bustly place, a lot of surfers, and quite a very old village, which is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles out of the site and turn right. And then if you go out to the site and walk towards the sea over there, you come to some absolutely fantastic views over the top of a number of beaches, and also the Wheelcoats mine that's been taken over by National Trust. Some work's been done to stabilise the site, so all the buildings are secure, and they've rebuilt one of the engine houses. You'll see that on another video. Well worth a look because it's a lovely walk, and the views are phenomenal, as they are from here actually. You can look up there to the left. You've got these little bays where you can get quite a few units in. Starting to get a glimpse of that glorious sea view. We'll carry on down here because I think this is where you get the best views from. It's quite a different feeling on a site like this because you haven't got showers and toilets. You haven't got that regular traffic of people walking backwards and forwards up there. So it does mean that everybody's very much in and around their vans or motorhomes. So it makes for very peaceful. Just coming round to the bottom of the circuit again. Just look at that view. Actually a few empty pitches just along here, tucked away behind the trees. Obviously you do lose the view, they're probably not quite as popular. Plenty of these points all dotted around, so easy to get your water and dump the grey waste. Probably the best view of the beacon at the back, which you can walk up to. That's also National Trust. Haven't been up there in this trip. Do that on another one. We're back up here, back to reception. So as you can see, it's quite a compact site, but in a stunning location, and really good for the walk down, as I said, down to the mine and the beach and the views, and then down into St Agnes. We've also found a lovely tea room, which only opened in March, so an interesting time for them, but it certainly does very well in terms of cakes, teas, coffees, and lots of light lunches. So we have partaken of that and would recommend it. You'll see that also featured in the other video on our walk. Just up here to show you the laundry, which is open, but with the sanitizer on the outside, which you'd want these days. So hopefully that's useful. Great site. You do have to be self-contained, self-sufficient, but as I say, great location. So thank you for watching. See you again next time.